I'm gonna be honest, I don't like every Bible character. I don't. Let's start with Sarah. As a matter of fact, she does so much that we can stop and start with her and just finish the list with her. And I know some of y'all are like, what? The one who had the baby at the old age you got beef with? Let me explain, okay? Sarah did the absolute most, y'all. She put together this dumb plan and had this baby that God promised her that he was going to give her. But she was like, I'm going to have my husband go sleep with my servant to give me this baby that I think God promised me, even though God never said that he was going to have a baby through Hagar, that I'm going to give you a baby. But you went out and had the baby yourself and did what you wanted to do and then got mad about the consequences of your choices when it worked. Instead of saying, oh my goodness, I did something stupid, she's like, send them away. Send them away? What? So I said, Lord, what am I missing? And he's like, everything. I said, ooh, be a little bit more clear. He's like, everything. First off, don't you do things that I didn't tell you to do? Like, don't we all do that though? We're like, oh, I have a purpose in life. And you do, right? God give you the purpose. But then how you go about that purpose may not always be the way that God was calling you to go about that purpose, right? And then he got me together and said, because I asked him, I said, I feel like her foolish plan was successful and I'm not understanding why the wicked wins. And he said, let me tell you, if I don't let your foolishness be successful, how can I ever show my grace and mercy if I shut it down before you even have a chance to go through the mistake and learn from it? And I'm like, okay, God, I get that. Okay, you did your big one on that. You fulfilled your promises. You gave her grace and mercy. But then why did you rename her Sarah? Because Sarah means princess. And I felt like God, she wasn't acting like a princess. So why did you call her something else? Why did you call her princess? And he's like, wait a minute. Don't I call you even though you made a mess of things? Don't I call you into a purpose and into a plan? Don't I call you my daughter? Don't I call you my child? Don't I call you loved? Don't I call you all of these things other than what humans will call you, right? Because we made a mess of things. Because I ain't gonna lie, I didn't call Sarah a princess when I was reading her. I was calling her foolish. I was like, what? Every verse, I was just like, what? But he had to get me together. He says, I call you into a purpose. I call you into a plan. I call you my daughter. I call you loved. I call you everything under the sun that you have a hard time walking in because you are still reading your own story as a messed up plan. Stop reading it that way and start reading it with compassion. And as you read it, identify my grace and my glory within the story. Because at the end of the day, I gave her Isaac and my plan moved forth. I said, okay, God. Okay, thank you for getting me together. I love you. Yeah. Love you, friends. Bye.